Do it, brother.
All right. Welcome back to another episode of the United Roots podcast. We are sorry that we missed you last week, but I am Raw Elder.
I'm Rudy Martinez.
We're coming at you from the United States in Paris, France.
Paris. Or as they say
Paris.
here, Paris.
Paris.
Yep.
Yeah, again, sorry we missed you guys last week. I was traveling and I brought all my gear, but I never had a chance to actually sit and set up because we were doing family stuff. So
Family schmamily. So everybody was out in LA then?
We were all out in LA.
Nice.
We went to see Gabby's aunt for her birthday.
Yeah.
Threw a big old 50th bash. Had a mariachi, bounce house, bunch of liquor, bartenders. It was nice.
I didn't know that Gabby was from California. Or if I did, I forgot because I'm a terrible listener.
No, she's from Arizona. She's from Scottsdale. Her
Okay.
dad's family is from near Mexico City. So when
Nice.
so when they immigrated, her dad immigrated to Arizona, but his sister immigrated to California.
Right. Okay. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
So she's actually Mexican. I don't know why I thought she was like not Mexican.
She's first generation American.
Right. Of Mexican descent.
Yep.
Yeah. So she's my people.
Yeah, she's your people. And
people of the sun.
yeah, like if you speak to her long enough, you'll realize she has an accent, like a Mexican accent. Her first language is Spanish.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So they didn't, in her, like with our kids, that's probably the plan as well, where we'll teach them Spanish at home, and we speak a lot of Spanish to them at home.
Yeah.
Then they'll learn English once they get into pre-K and kindergarten.
That's tight. That's wow. I wish, you know what, we didn't learn Spanish, right? Like why? Yeah. My whole generation. Did I tell you that story?
No.
So my dad never learned Spanish either because my grandmother never taught him Spanish. That's my wife making a big ruckus over there.
What's up, Sam?
She can't hear you.
It's the thought that counts.
Right. He said, "What's up, Sam?"
That's not how I said it.
She waved. Oh, he said, "What's up, Samantha?"
That's not what I said either.
Anyway, so I am a dick. You can't. There's nothing you can't do. Fuck all about it.
That's true.
So, all right. Here's the story. I wasn't planning on telling the story, but so the story is: my grandmother was raised. She was born in 1932-ish, I think, or 34. Mm-hmm. No, it was over 32 because she would have been 80. Yeah. So she was alive in LA during the Zoot Suit riots.
Oh, wow.
I'll put a link in the info about the Zoot Suit riots, but in short, it happened in Long Beach. There was during World War II, mm-hmm. The Navy soldier or Navy seaman got into it with a bunch of Chicanos who were, they wore their Zoot Suits and shit.
Yeah.
Right. And it got violent. It got really bad for a long stretch of time. Mm-hmm. Where, my grandmother saw firsthand that if you even had a hint of anything Latino in you, they were going to beat the shit out of you. And the cops did literally nothing about it. The Navy did literally nothing about it. And so she saw that firsthand. Right. Exactly. And so then she also, about the time my dad was born or my Uncle Charlie was born, because I think he was born in 1954, and I think this happened. I'll have to check. But during the Eisenhower administration, mm-hmm. His administration passed Operation Wetback, which was a severe anti-immigration policy. Yeah. And there was no, it was just like, they tried to dress it up just like they do now. Mm-hmm. And it was basically targeting, if you sounded remotely Latino, you were fucked. They deport you first, ask questions later. And so she learned very early to try to minimize as much of your ethnicity as you can to try to blend in. And that included my brothers not getting to learn Spanish. Mm. And so I know my mom and I were not close at all.
Yeah.
But when I did see her on the rare occasion, her mom, my nana, was... she was actually born in Mexico, I believe. I'll have to double check. But Spanish was her first language too.
Yeah.
She was always trying to speak it to us. So I got like the minimum amount of Spanish speaking. And it's one of those things where it puts me in a situation where I'm fucked,
Yeah.
I'm not white. So there's always going to be that element of people who are going to see me first by the color of my skin,
Hmm.
but I sound the way that I sound. And especially when I was doing stand up comedy and I was doing it in LA and shit, I would
Yeah,
catch a lot of shit from other Chicanos because they're like,
you're
"Hey,
not
how come you don't
Latino
sound
enough.
like one of us?" Well, fuck,
Yeah,
man. So, but you know what that's like. We that kind of shit we've covered. We've covered that
yeah.
shit.
What's funny is, and it's fucked up because a lot of the people, especially in LA and the Long Beach area, of Latino descent, Mexican descent in particular, have been there since the 1800s.
We longer than that. Longer
And
than
longer than
longer
that.
than because Mexico before Mexico was Mexico.
Yeah,
The you
California
had
was Mexico.
before Mexico was a thing.
Yeah.
The Mexico comes from Mexica, which were the tribes that made up the Aztecs, which is what
Yeah.
what Europeans called the Aztecs, which was multiple tribes that made up a whole bunch of peoples that
Hmm.
spread from Mexico City, what is now Mexico City, all through California, Texas,
Hmm.
and Arizona and New
Arizona,
Mexico
Nevada.
and
Yeah.
everything. But it wasn't those places. There were no borders. We just came and
Travel.
went, and all
Well,
of the North American tribes that we know, like the Cherokee and the whatever and da da da. Everybody, there
yeah.
was no,
Yeah. I say that to say that the way the border's set up now is practically it's new. It's
well,
new.
yeah, that was what was it the which plant, which deal was that one? Yeah, you're right though. It was
Yeah. It's
when Mexico sold all of that to the
mhm.
United States. Hmm.
Yeah, and even after they sold, Mexican laborers were allowed to cross the border to go back and forth to work
Yes, unmolested, absolutely
unmolested. Yeah, and up until recently,
right,
up until
right,
like the mid '70s, early '80s,
right. You
and
got to be able to hate someone so that you can
right,
blame someone, and that's
right,
they saw how well it worked with blaming black people. They saw how well it worked with blaming Chinese people, and now let's go ahead and
yeah.
blame and it's nothing new. I mean, hell,
No, it's not new at all.
before they were even importing before they were importing Africans, they
Yeah,
were doing it with the Native
yeah,
Americans. It's
yeah, and forcing
but
them to mix.
yep,
Once they brought the Africans over, they forced them to mix. Um,
yep,
what's funny, you tell that story. My homeboy, um, he's from Long Beach. He's Mexican. Well, he's American, but he's of Mexican descent. But when we first met, I was like, I can't remember how we were talking about. He asked where I was from. I was like, oh, I'm from New Jersey. He's like, oh yeah, I'm from LA. I was like, oh, where's your parents from? He's like, LA. Like, oh, he's like, my great grandfather was born here
yep.
in the 1800s. Dude, we've
Yeah.
always been in LA. We're like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I
my
have
bad.
family that's the same way, and I also
Yeah.
have family that was born on right on the border on both sides
Hmm.
of Chihuahua and El Paso.
Yeah.
So I have, but most of my family comes from California, Mexico,
The Baja
Texas.
area.
Yeah, yeah. Which is
Nice.
a lot of us.
Yeah, for sure. Especially
Anyway,
from
enough
beach
about
side.
that shit. So I know we had stuff we wanted to talk about last week, but you had your shit to deal with,
Yeah.
and then we had Tittygate. That's what I'm calling it. I'm
Oh,
calling
with
it Tittygate. Lauren Boebert, when
yeah.
she was at Beetlejuice, and
First of
she's
all,
getting
why is Beetlejuice the play
a
where you want to get
musical.
fondled at? Yeah.
I don't know. That is a good looking question, man.
Why is Beetlejuice the place you want to get fondled? That makes zero sense to me.
Right? But I mean, I watched. Did you see the video?
I saw portions of it. Let me. First of all, Lauren Boebert is a fucking idiot,
Yeah,
and her policies are crap, and she's a crap person. But
but
she's
she's got
fucking
nice
hot, dude.
titties.
She's
Yep.
fucking hot, dude.
Hey, I'm sitting there. I'm watching everybody get mad, and I'm like, I hope my wife isn't listening, but I'm like, okay, I've gotten caught doing stuff in public. I'm like, those titties are there, and she's like, go ahead, I don't care. I
Wait,
mean, how are you
isn't
not?
she married though? Who's this
No,
guy?
she's divorced now. She's divorced now.
Oh, I didn't know she was divorced.
So this is the fool that she's seeing who has a bar. He owns a bar where they have
Yeah.
drag shows, and it's gay friendly. And then she's all, "Oh, the gays are bad. The trans are bad. They
While she
come
takes
for
their money.
children." Well, she takes their money, and well, he does anyway. And she's talking about how we have to behave better in front of children. There were fucking kids at the show. And she's
Hmm.
getting her titties squeezed, and she's fucking stroking the dude's cock.
Yeah,
Granted,
and
dude
smoking
pants,
and
but still, and since she's vaping.
Yeah,
Yep.
vaping in the show and walling out. You know
I
what
was
she
like,
is, right?
what? A
A
Karen?
nigga.
Oh. I was gonna
She
say
ignorant
Karen.
as fuck, bro.
No, because she wasn't talking during the play. She was just vaping and
No,
fucking
she
around.
was. And when they came up to her and was like, "Hey, y'all need to chill," she's like, "You know who I am?" Blah blah blah.
Yeah, she did that. But I think that she did that when they were hauling her ass out.
Probably.
But it was fucking funny because I can tell you this: I've gone to a lot of movies. I've actually gone to a lot of movies with a lot of black people, and I've
Hmm.
never seen them doing that shit.
No, I didn't say black people. I said a nigga.
I ain't never seen. Okay, whatever. I've never in my life
It's
seen.
a difference.
Well, then that makes me one too, though, because I mean I've done stupid shit like that, and
You done some, yeah.
yeah,
Being a nigga
but
has
I don't
no
get
color.
caught. I don't get caught though.
Being a nigga has no color. It's just
Yeah.
doing some ignorant ass shit.
Is it ignorant or is it just a little PDA? Who can
No,
say?
she was ignorant.
Of all of the things that she has ever done or ever said, and I'm being 100% honest,
Uh huh.
this is the least offensive. This isn't
No,
even
I
a blip
agree.
on my radar. This
I'm
I'm like,
not even
okay, it's like I
upset
see
about
it.
it.
Yeah, the only thing that was like, okay, dude, like you said, why Beetlejuice? That's a kid show. Maybe if
Yeah,
you're at Chicago or
yeah.
something like that, where it's sexy and
Honestly,
shit.
why the fucking musical? First of all, who? My first thought is like, hey, I'm watching these fucking guys dance around, touch my cock. I don't want to know.
Well, this is where you and I are very different because I don't care what's going on. If she wants to touch my cock, she can touch my cock. My wife, I
Not
could
at
be
the musical.
watching. I could be my wife and I could be watching fucking Heidi. We could be watching fucking I don't care cartoons. I don't whatever. If she wants to touch my cock, I'm gonna go ahead and let her touch
Bruh,
my
I
cock.
can't get my dick touched while I'm watching Bugs Bunny.
That sounds like a you problem because
I
I've
have to turn
seen
the
Bugs
TV off.
Bunny in drag, and when Bugs Bunny's in drag, you know.
Shit.
No,
But
but I honestly though, everybody getting upset about it. I understand why they're upset, and they're not upset because she's getting her titties squeezed and she's
she's
stroking
a
dick.
hypocrite. That's
It's
why.
because she's a fucking hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think if she had done this and she was a decent person,
Hmm.
the same people that are bitching about her right now, they're calling her a hypocrite. They'd be like, dude, leave her the fuck alone. She did
Right.
something stupid but very human. Fuck off. But
Yeah.
because
The
she's such
problem
a
is
king Kamea bitch,
exactly.
man.
She's a dipshit and
Yep,
she's
a
a fucking idiot.
bitch.
So,
Yep. And then you got
so
the fucking governor of, I think it's South Dakota, Kristi Noem. Another one of those ones that's out there preaching about family values and getting rid of the trans and the gays and da da da. And then it turns out she's been fucking somebody who's not her husband for the last several years. So
nice.
it's like, dude, man.
She's trans married.
I don't. Yeah, I like that one. I'm gonna use that one. I was gonna make the episode title this time that Raw's always fucking late, but I think I'm gonna make it Transmarried.
I'm not always late. This time, your invite showed up late.
What were you doing when I was texting you at 7:07
7:07.
p.m. my time?
I was on the toilet.
Yeah.
Actually,
So you were late, regardless
I
of whether
was
you had it.
well,
Whether you had it or not, you were late. No, 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 no.
we were both late.
No, because I texted you at 6:57 my time. I got the text. I got the receipts. And I got
Uh,
your like, oh, I'm using my bidet at like 7:07, 10 minutes later.
yeah, I was washing my butt. I gotta have a
So
clean booty hole.
I I hear that. But you know
Yeah,
what? Plan a fucking accordingly.
sometimes the bubbles hit you when you least expect it.
What do you're on a laptop right now, yeah?
Oh, you all right? Next time I'm gonna record from the toilet. Don't fucking play with me.
So now that we're now that we're here, because I have not talked to you since this happened
Hmm.
the other day, and I know this has
Yeah.
nothing to do with what this podcast is about. The other day, my wife was looking at we got the save the date thing for
Yep.
my brother's wedding, and so she goes to the website. She goes, "I'm going to go see if he's registered." I'm like, oh, "Okay, sure, cool, whatever." Um, she's like, "I didn't know you were the best man." Fuck. I didn't know I was the best man either. I'm like, Raw's gonna be pissed. And she goes, no, he's the best man too. I'm like, so yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Joint best men. We out here.
Right. Well, I kind of, on the one hand, I'm like, of course I'm the best man. I'm the fucking best man. But on the other hand, I'm like, dude, I'm like 7,000 miles away. What the fuck I'm going to do?
It's
Like,
true.
seriously, how am I going to help you at all?
You're gonna motivate me. You're gonna send me some motivation.
Right.
Yeah,
So what? So like bachelor party.
yeah. You're gonna fly out.
I don't know when it is
We gotta figure that out.
because I know we're coming out, but
Yeah,
we're coming to LA for a couple days, then going to Vegas for a couple days because my wife's birthday is right there,
Vegas.
and then dude, bring him to if you bring him to Vegas like on the beginning of April, yeah,
Boom.
get nuts. All right, he's not going to listen to this, so he won't know.
He won't know. Me. Let's see. Yeah, he was my best man,
Yeah.
and one of my military buddies was also my best man.
Okay. All
So,
right. I
but
was surprised that. Yeah, I was just surprised. Really.
yeah, I wasn't surprised. I mean, look at
But it's funny because I was like, okay, but are any of these guys like retreads from the first one? Because when I get up and do my toast, or whichever one of us gets up first, we have to do. I'm so glad you guys could all come back for this one.
Yes. All right. So round two, we're gonna try this again, guys.
The first one was just a rehearsal.
Welcome
Yeah, welcome back. That's what we should make the theme of the bachelor party, the welcome back bachelor party.
We should do our speeches together.
That's fine. That's
That would be
fine.
hilarious.
It would be.
We just
Shit.
banter off each other.
We should record it. Welcome to the United Roots Podcast Special Edition. We're going Facebook Live, fuckers.
Double best man edition.
That's right. Let me tell you about all the times I had to wipe Ricky's ass.
Ditto.
Nice. Oh, I gotta say though, I'm a lot more optimistic about this one.
She's a really good girl. She's a good woman.
The first one was a good girl too. I'm not gonna shit on her.
She was not a bad person at all.
Right. But this one just is she's finished. You know what I mean? Like when he got married the first time, they both weren't, neither one of them was done.
They were
neither
young.
One of them had right. But I feel like she's a complete package, man.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got her shit on lockdown.
Yep.
What I really love
she's got his shit on lockdown.
That's what I was, yeah. Because I feel like when I met her and we spent time together and I kind of got her vibe, it was like, this is somebody who knows how to own her space and does not fuck around with no trifling little fucking fuck boys. Mm-hmm. And if my brother was still who he had been 15 years ago, he wouldn't have a shot. He wouldn't.
Exactly.
And so, she's a testament to the fact that he's grown the fuck up. I mean, he's still the same, but he's grown the fuck up. He handles his business. Yeah.
He does.
He's matured. And so I like her a lot, but don't tell her I said that.
She's going to hear this.
Nah, she ain't going to listen.
No, I'm going to snip it and send it. I'm going to play it at the wedding.
There you go.
No, she's dope people. And I've known both of them. And honestly, they'll both tell you.
Yeah.
I've been trying to hook them up for years.
You told me that, I think.
Yeah, I would.
But she was not having it, right? Because she didn't like him at first, right?
No, they would bump heads all the time. And I'm like, dude, fuck all that. Think about how pretty the babies will be. And she's like, get out of here.
They would be pretty babies.
Really pretty babies. Yeah.
Shit. So are they going to have them?
No say.
Because I know
she's Filipina, so her mom is probably pressuring her to have babies.
That same thing. You know what though? If my dad was still here, he would be too. Mexican kids, we get it all the time. I was able to say no, fuck no. So it'll be interesting. But if they do have kids, they'll be cute.
They're gonna be some cute kids.
Yeah, they would be. You want them to have them like right now, so your kids could marry their kids.
Like 3 years ago,
right? So your kids could marry their kids.
Yeah, those would be some pretty kids too.
Shit, dude. You know what? This is not even an exaggeration. I don't know if it's because of where we are in Paris or just because it's Paris.
Hmm.
But I see. I mean, there's the dichotomy of people here. The
Hmm.
races of people here is vast. The amount of mixed couples that I see and their gorgeous little mixed babies. I mean, even there are some that I could tell that are already like adults that are like
Yeah.
second, third generation or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just a different breed. You got,
Yeah.
I mean, you've got beautiful black Asian babies. You got beautiful Indian white babies. You got beautiful, just every mix of everything.
Hmm.
And you could spend the day just at a cafe and just going, oh my God, they're beautiful. Oh my God, they're gorgeous. And it just, oh. And then when they're like cute little things,
Yeah.
right? Like when you have like a little mixed Asian black baby with a curly light
Hmm.
hair and shit, and they're walking by and they look adorable and then they speak French.
Yeah.
Shit. It's like, oh, they're so adorable.
What's funny is so Gabby plays dress up all the time. So the babies hit their 9 month mark on the 11th. So we took 9 month pictures because
Of course you did.
that's what my wife does.
Right.
But also yesterday was Mexican Independence Day. Also, shout out to
Yes.
my Mexicans. Happy Mexican Independence Day. It
Yep.
is not Cinco de Mayo for you fucks out there that think it's
I'm
Cinco de
I'm
Mayo.
so glad you said that because I was thinking that before the episode. I'm like, oh yeah, I got to remember that. But go ahead, go on.
And so Gabby, I wake up this morning and Penelope is in. I can't. It's like a flacorico dress. She's fucking 9 months old. Little
Right.
yellow dress with the flowy
Yep.
little doilies on the end and the
Yeah.
flowers on the bottom.
She'll
It's
never
like
get to her again.
no, and I'm like, why is what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm taking Independence Day pictures.
I love your wife.
She,
I love your wife. I
so
mean,
like
I couldn't handle it because that's a little too extra for me. But
so
I
extra,
fucking love your wife.
so extra. And so I had to help her pick a bow. She didn't like the bow I picked, so she picked a different one. But Bash didn't get to take Independence Day photos because he her mom bought him like this cowboy outfit, and Gabby wasn't feeling it, so she was like, "No." I don't think he was upset about it though.
No, no, because I have that. I had that outfit. I have pictures in that outfit. I know you're exactly what you're
Look like
fucking talking
Woody.
about. Yeah, but it's a
Yeah,
Mexican Woody because
Mexican
we had.
Woody. Yeah,
I had the little cowboy boots with the little steel tip, tin tip, whatever, and
yeah.
it just. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I kicked a kid in the face with those though.
Oh shit!
I'm the
You
only
talk
person.
about you
I'm the
talking
only
about me
person.
being an asshole kid? You were an asshole
Oh no,
kid.
I was a bully. I was straight up a bully. And when I say I was a bully, I mean I was a violent kid. I was the only kid I've ever met that was kicked out of preschool.
God damn.
So this boy, we had these like, you had preschool and you go out and recess and they had tricycles and stuff for us.
Yeah,
This was back when they had money for the schools, even in East LA.
yeah.
And I had a tricycle that had the little thingies that hang off. I forget what they're called, but
Tassels.
yeah, tassels. And I would ride mine. And I think I went to the bathroom and I came out and this other boy was riding it. And I'm like, get off my bicycle or get off my trike. And he's like, no, he's getting all fucking like red ass, like he was going to do something. I was 4 fucking years old. I grabbed him by his shirt. He was a little Mexican kid too. I threw him on the floor and I kicked him right in the face and
Holy
kicked his
shit.
eyeball, broke his orbital, whatever.
God damn.
And I got on my bike like it was nothing. And my dad had to come and get me. And I was never allowed back. This was a school that I had already during nap time. I
Yeah,
snuck out and took a thing of the 64 crayons
yeah.
and just all over the walls in the
Holy shit.
cafeteria. So yeah, no, dude, I was a bully until about 5th grade, 6th grade, when everybody else started to. So we were all little, and then everybody
Hmm.
else started to, and then I got the shit kicked out of me a couple times, and I'm like, all right, maybe I shouldn't do that. I'll never forget the first time I got my ass whooped. I got my ass whooped by
Yeah.
this kid named Enos, and I called him Enos Penis, and he hated that. And he was
I
tall,
mean,
like he
first
was
of all,
tall.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. That's his parents' fault.
Thank you. That's what I'm
What?
saying.
How can you not call a kid named Enos penis?
Fuck, I know, right? So
You
he was
can't.
this.
You can't not
You
call him
can't.
penis.
It's not. It's unreasonable to expect a child not to call him Enos Penis. And I was like, so it was like 5th or 6th grade. I just remember it was fifth or sixth grade because I was in Mrs. Cantu's class, and we were in the playground. And I always called him Enos Penis, and I was always bully, and I was always whatever. And he was like, "I'm going to kick your ass." And one day he finally snapped. And I mean, he was another tall kid, right? So he hit me, and we're going at it, and he gets me on the fucking. I will never forget this. He gets me on the ground. He's got his knees right here, and he's fucking hitting me. And so his knees are right here. So I just went, and I bit the shit, and I would not let go. So he ended up with a big fucking black mark right here, but it got him off of me, and I just started hitting him, and they came and got us. I lost that fight. I'm not even going to lie. But that was the first real beating that I got from somebody else on the playground because I was always the one that was running my mouth and then hitting people. Yeah. And I just, I was an asshole. I was an absolute fucking bully. I would just, I don't know why. I know
you were little.
I was little, but we all were little. And I think at when everyone was my size, it was a little bit more, it was easier, right?
Yeah.
But then when everybody got bigger than me, and then if I would hit you and it just go, twink, I was like, oh shit. I shouldn't be doing that shit anymore.
You're like the kid from A Christmas Story. What was his name?
Yeah, the kid. There's the ginger kid, and then there's the other kid.
The little guy.
Yeah.
Ha, ha,
ha. So yeah, no. And to anybody, if you're listening, that I ever bullied, ever, I apologize. I was a little shit.
You could probably kick his ass now.
Nah. Because I can run. I'm 50, but I got my legs working, so I could run. I don't fight anymore if I don't have to.
Me either, man.
I
don't argue. I don't have the capacity to argue with people. I don't fight with people. Yep. I just be like, motherfuckers get started. I just like, you know what? You're right. Whatever it is, no matter how wrong you are, you're right.
See, I'm not quite there yet. Because if somebody's wrong, and they want
I say my piece. I say my piece, but if they keep going, I'm just like, whatever.
Right. I'm at the point where it's like, okay, I am perfectly comfortable. Let's go outside. Let's just do this. We'll get it done. And when we're done, we're done. Right. I haven't, like I said, I haven't had a real fight since like probably 1997.
I think the last fight, it wasn't really a fight. I was with your brother, actually.
What'd you do to him? He wouldn't listen. He was getting mouthy.
No. Some dude was fucking with him in a pool hall, and I chased the guy with a pool stick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I think the last real fight, like where I actually threw punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 97. It was racist, so I don't feel bad. I'll hit a Nazi. I'll fucking punch a Nazi. I was dating a white girl. We were at a bar, and he told her she should stick with her own kind, and I beat him so badly that the police came and threw me in the back of a car. I had no shirt left on because they ripped it off of me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I had a warrant for my arrest for a while in York, Pennsylvania.
Sometimes you got to punch Nazis.
I beat the shit out of this guy. I beat him badly.
Yeah. I think the word Nazi means punch me in the face.
It does. And I have no problem with it. We talked about this before a couple weeks ago, I think. I am never going to be like, I'm all for peace and love and shit, but sometimes when you've done the peace and love and talking enough, you just gotta,
Well, sometimes you can't truly have peace without a little bit of violence.
I believe that. I do.
Yeah.
Because, and I think that's the problem. I believe that's a big part of why the U.S. got to where it is.
Mm-hmm.
They let one side bully the shit out of them without punching them in the mouth.
Yep.
So, and as a former bully, I can tell you, if you'd have punched me in the mouth, guess who never got called penis ever again?
The guy whose name rhymes with it.
Right. Because after he whooped my ass, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that anymore.
No, you're not a penis.
You're not a penis. Yes. I'm a fucking dickhead. I like to think that it's because I can learn. Like, yeah.
Yeah, my dad always had this saying when I was a kid, because I was always small, but he taught us to box young, right? So
Same.
We boxed for a long time. And my dad's saying was, peace is fine, but sometimes people don't learn their lesson until you fuck them up.
He is 100% right. See, my dad was a boxer too. He boxed in the army
Mm-hmm.
and shit. And he always told me, I don't care if you defend yourself. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if somebody comes at you, you don't fucking let them. But if I find out that you let them come at you and you didn't fucking stand up for yourself, I'm going to whoop your ass worse than they ever would.
Yeah.
And so that was always in the back of my mind. In fact, that I'm going to finish that story about Enos Penis.
Mm-hmm.
So I got home and I was kind of sick to my stomach. My dad knew I'd gotten in a fight,
Yeah.
and I told him that I didn't start it. So I lied.
Ooh, you
I lied.
lied.
And I didn't know that this was a thing, but I got like sick to my stomach. I started getting really bad anxiety about it. He took me to the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and we were in the doctor and everything. And he's like, the doctor's like, there's nothing wrong with him. There's nothing wrong with him. So I told my dad, I said, my dad's like, is there something else going on? Something you're not telling me? Something else where it hurts? Something that, whatever. So I told him the truth, that I started it, and
Mm-hmm.
I felt better. I instantly felt better.
Yeah.
And he was cool about it at the doctor's. That was it. I mean, that was when I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
You don't fucking let somebody if they come
And you
at you,
don't start it.
but you
Yeah.
better not fucking start it, because if
Yep.
you start it, I'm gonna whoop your ass again too. And
Yep.
so yeah. So yes, I got home and I got my ass whooped again too.
Yeah. That
Basically,
was
that's
my
the
dad
story of my life.
too. My dad's rules that you don't start it, you finish it.
Right.
My
Right.
problem is I had a brother that always started it, so I had to finish
Right.
it.
Don't tell me that you weren't like the asshole that was like, "Hey, go start something. Go start something."
No. I wasn't like that. I mean,
Right.
I still have the same temperament that I did as a kid. Like if you ask someone, like if you ask Matt, I mean, you
Yeah.
read the book. I was always
Yep.
really laid back.
Yeah.
I always just
You are
watched.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, same way, same exact way as far as that
Yeah.
goes. But
I don't think. But
I
I
don't take any
think.
shit.
Well, you shouldn't. Well, that's not true, because we would have been here on time if you weren't taking a shit, fucker.
I was taking a nice shit too.
Dude, I'm thinking about getting a bidet.
You should do it. Using a bidet don't make you gay. I use that shit like every day.
It makes you a little gay.
No, got the
You don't
creamy
like
butt.
it? You don't like it tickling your booty hole?
I mean,
Oh,
I
there you
don't
go.
not like it.
That's a little bit gay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love you just the way you are.
Hey, listen, you gotta clean your crack, man.
Dude, yeah. I'm thinking about getting one. I am. I'm honestly thinking about getting one, because I'm not going to talk about this. This is gross. But
No,
yeah,
it's
I'm thinking
not.
about getting one.
I bought three and tested them out to see which one I like the best. Before I,
you Now yours. So like I've stayed in European hotels where they have them. Like they'll have the
Mhm.
bidet next to the toilet.
No,
So
mine
it's
is
it's
connected to.
it's a whole unit that's like its own thing, right? But then
Mhm.
I've seen those things where you could. Didn't I send you pictures or video of one at the hotel we stayed at that had all the buttons and shit?
Oh yeah, yeah, you
And
did.
so it was a bidet too. But it's like in between those two options, right?
Hmm.
I've seen that they have like these portable looking fuckers that you can attach to the toilet. So it's not
Yes,
actually the toilet, but it's attached to the toilet.
that's what I have.
Okay, so it's not.
With a little control on the side.
Yeah.
You control the pressure. You can wash the front, the back, however you want to do it.
All right, but I got to ask the question: how do you not
What's
get
up?
water all over the floor?
It goes in the toilet.
But I
It splashes your butt, drips in the water.
join us in April when we do a very special episode of Rall showing Rudy exactly how the bidet works. Because I can't get the mental image here in my head. I just see like a hose, and you're like, and it just shit's going
No.
everywhere.
It's not a hose. So the
What is it?
hose can. So it's a device. It
Yeah,
comes with a hose.
yeah,
The hose connects to the device, right?
right.
The device goes on top of the toilet. Then you put the seat on top of that, tighten it up. There's a control on the side, right? When you
Yeah,
turn the control, that releases the water into the hose, which then goes into the device, and then a jet pops out of the bottom and shoots the water up.
yeah. You're gonna have to show me when we're there. I'm gonna make a video of it, because this shit's gonna be hilarious. This is just gonna make it's yeah. Because I still can't. I'm sitting here thinking about it, because I know the ones that I saw that were separate units. It
Uh
had
huh.
like a spigot or whatever, like right in the middle, like you know where the hole normally is in your toilet, and the
Yep.
water would just shoot straight up. And I'm like, how does that not get everywhere?
It
So
doesn't.
you'll
It
have to
goes
show
in your
me.
butt,
You'll have to show me.
and then you wipe after.
Yeah, but you're having to wipe a lot of stuff because it's not like it's laser precision going right into your booty
Oh
hole.
no, it is.
I love that this is what we're fucking talking about.
It's like the Death Star laser, like right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so anything else we want to talk about that's like, what the fuck?
Speaking of, uh, no, I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say. Okay. Coco Gauff fucking won
US
the
Open.
fucking U.S. Opens.
I love that girl. I
Let's
love
go
that girl. She's so amazing. I love her for myriad. I love her for myriad reasons. I love her because she's a badass athlete.
for sure.
I love her because she's a young person who seems to have
Yeah.
her head on straight.
She's
But I
still a kid too.
right, right,
Like,
and she's an
you know,
impressive kid. Like she's an
yeah,
impressive human being.
yeah.
But the other thing I love about her is that she's the moment that she got her platform and people started taking note, she started using her platform to make the world a better place.
Hmm.
And it's like you don't see some of the how many times have we seen guys like Michael Jordan who have absolutely no opinion about anything because they don't want to tarnish their brand. And
Hmm.
she is just like, mm,
Yeah.
I love that kid.
I feel like we get a lot of social activism from tennis, though.
Well, it is like the second most popular sport in the world
But
behind
even in
soccer.
like the 70s and the 60s, like we got a lot of activists out of the tennis world.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Like
100%.
Arthur Ashe, and I don't remember the young lady's name, but the Battle of the Sexes.
Yep.
Um, just a lot of act. I don't know the word I'm trying to look for, but a lot of socially conscious people came out of the tennis world.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
That's
even
actually a
like
really, really good point.
even during the Russia Ukraine thing, a lot of Russian athletes in the tennis world were standing up to Putin.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah. I hadn't even considered that. You're right. Because it just,
I just thought about it right now. Like,
it's 100%. Arthur Ashe was, I
hmm,
mean, think about black, gay,
hmm,
AIDS, this,
hmm.
the battle of the sexes. And I wish I could remember her name.
I,
Honey, Billie Jean King.
Billie Jean King. There we go.
Yeah. Thanks, wife. My wife's awesome. I mean, but you're right. You
Yeah.
know, and then you even had like Martina Navratilova was
Hmm.
used the hell out of her platform.
Yeah. Even like as recently as Naomi Osaka.
You know who else I really have to say I got to give a little bit of a hat tip to? I think it was not Roger Federer. It was one of those. It was one of the males. I'll have to check, but they were. I remember seeing this. It was the news was like, how does it feel to be the first person to win four, consecutive U.S. Opens or whatever it was that he won, or something? And he was like, I'm the first male. Venus did
Mm,
it, and Serena did it, and it was
hmm.
like, if you don't have I just love that he used his platform to be an ally, and that's
Yeah.
what that was about.
And you see it a lot in that world.
Yeah, you do,
Yeah.
you do.
So shout out to all the tennis athletes out there. Keep doing your thing. Shout out to
Yeah,
Coco Golf. So proud of
yeah,
you.
yeah.
I love the fact that she still lives at home with her parents.
Well, duh. Did you see her dad get emotional when she won and she was thanking him? Dude,
Nuh-uh.
my heart just like grew four sizes. And she knew he was going to, and she kind of got
Yeah.
a little bit of a kick out of watching him get
Yeah.
all gooey.
Wouldn't you?
But it was the cool. Hell yeah,
So
hell
I'm gonna make
yeah.
this motherfucker cry real quick.
That's right. No, but that was fun. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed watching her. I hope she is around for a long time. And yeah, you're right. Watching Naomi Osaka and Serena both
And
kind of,
Venus.
they just,
And
the way that they wrapped their arms around her when she was still a girl coming up
yeah.
and everything. Like there was a
Hmm.
clip I saw of Serena when she'd beaten her in one of I think it was a quarterfinal round or something a couple years back.
Yeah.
And you could tell that she was emotionally, whatever. And she went over and congratulated her and said, "You're coming with me because you have, and she took her with her,
Yeah.
and it was cool. It's just, so
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. I
That's
really
awesome.
love
That's what
that. That's how it should
Yeah,
be. We should always be building each other up. You
we
know.
should always be building, and you can't build you can't build a people up without going back for the younger ones. You know what I mean? And even
Always.
in I'm talking in a bigger sense, but even in the athletic world, like these younger people need mentors, right? And if
Yeah.
they see someone like a Serena grab them, that gives them something to look up to. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. It's the same thing we've talked about to death. It's,
Hmm.
you get up the ladder, you don't pull up the rungs, you reach down and help the next guy up. And
Exactly.
that's what Serena was doing. That's what Osaka was doing. And
Hmm.
yeah, I love it. I fucking love it. I think that's a good ending after all of our toilet talk.
Sorry for the
Anyway,
toilet episode, guys.
I can't wait for the video coming out next April. Um, all right, brother. I'm gonna go watch some football. And what do you got going on the rest of your day?
I was gonna watch the Jets lose. Um, that's about it, man. We started
How's
out
that?
the
You had four
dude.
plays that were just so
What
optimistic.
the fuck? What the fuck? God hates the Jets.
Right. You don't blame them. They're not a New York team. They're a New Jersey team.
I'm from Jersey, so there you go.
Right. So then they should be the New Jersey Jets. I guarantee you that if they ever decide we are the New Jersey Jets, they're going to win like 5 Super Bowls in a row. In a row.
Maybe. I felt good though. I don't know if you watch Hard Knocks on HBO.
Nah.
So they were following the Jets this offseason, and the kid, I can't remember his first name, Gibson, the guy that ran back
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah.
last, he was fighting for the last wide receiver spot on the team,
Right.
and he was the last person
To make the
that they
53 man.
chose to make the 53-man
Wow.
team. Yeah, and actually, it was him and his best friend were both fighting for the same position, and he got them
Oh.
both, but they
Oh.
put him on the special teams.
Okay. That's cool.
And
That's very cool.
yeah, and then he fucking won that game. He was an undrafted rookie.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool to see.
Zach Wilson has all the talent in the world,
Yeah.
but his head has been fucking screwed on wrong. And I'm
Well,
hoping that he had some humility, kind of when the Jets decided we're going to go get Aaron Rodgers. I hope he had a dose of humble pie, and now he's actually going to be, maybe living up to the potential.
what from what I noticed again watching that show is that it's almost like Celeb brought Aaron Rodgers on to mentor him
Yeah.
because the way he took him under his wing, it wasn't like,
Did
"Hey, I'm
he?
here to take your job." Yeah, he did. It was
Good.
like, "Here, I'm here to take your job." It's like, "Okay, watch me, watch what I do."
So he
You know
was
how you
the
do it.
he was the anti Brett Favre because Brett
Correct.
Favre was a complete douche nozzle to him when he was in Green Bay.
Yeah, no, he went in there and he took the whole he embraced all the rookies. You got to watch it
I will.
just to see the camaraderie. But he took all the rookie wide receivers under his wing. If they fucked up, he tell them why. You can see him get
Right.
frustrated, and then he calm himself down. Like he call the
Let me
guy's
tell you
number.
what you
Hey,
did
number
wrong.
one, come here. This is what you need to do. This is what I saw.
Yeah,
Try this.
that's
And
good.
he was doing that with all the quarterbacks as well, like with Zach Wilson and with some of the third string guys too.
Cool. I didn't
Yeah, so
expect
it's
that from
pretty cool
Aaron
to see.
Rodgers.
Yeah,
Good.
he went in
Because
there. He
he
went
got a
in.
raw deal from Brett Favre was an absolute shit to him.
Yeah,
Absolute just shit. But I mean, it's not a surprise because now we found out that Brett Favre's just a shit human being. So,
yeah.
all right. Well, I'm gonna go watch my Chargers find a way to blow this game against the Titans. So,
They're the Jets of the West.
yeah. Except they've never won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. So they're
So,
worse.
yeah, they're the Chargers of the Chargers. That's
Yeah.
just the way it is. They are.
Mhm.
God, I hate football. All right, brother. I'll talk to you later. I love you, man.
I love you too, bro.
Peace out.